Welcome back. Joel Tater and The Tomorrow Show found their greatest success in finding intimacy with their audience. They created a niche and they stuck with it, even within the confines of a corporate network setting. No easy task to accomplish. Afanti is unique. It's an amazing story founded over 25 years ago in a closet underneath a staircase. It began on a computer, but this family-run business is still going strong, creating new TV shows from the ground up. Afonte hasn't just survived, it's grown and thrived. It's expanded from a shoe closet to an entire production campus. Its principles are fairly simple but successful. Through creativity, they retain their family work environment with a Welsh identity. Afonte has succeeded where many corporate entities have failed, thriving during these challenging and turbulent times. We joined them on a cold day near Cardiff to watch them produce a star-studded event for the BBC.
I'm Mair Afanti. I'm one of the founders of the company. I founded it with my husband Emyr 25 years ago.
So I started at a very young age, straight from college, and was working all the hours God sent, and realised we had, a small child, second and a third, and wasn't seeing my family. So we decided, right, I'm going to do it with you.
Afonte Media is an independent family-owned production company operating out of Wales and England. Founded with humble roots in 1997 by Emyr Davies and his wife Mair. Today, the company has offices in both Cardiff and Manchester.
Yes, we started off in Cardiff, Wales, with a small computer under the stairs of our house. We'd taken a leap, really, of faith into the unknown. The idea of starting just from our home came out of necessity. We didn't have much choice really at the time. Although we'd done some previous work in the industry, we decided that we had 4 young children at the time, and to be able to maintain some kind of a family life, we'd start the company, and we struck lucky.
In the early days, obviously, we didn't have technology on our side, so things took longer. Shoots took longer because you had to write to people or fax them or phone. Mobiles didn't exist. I mean, I know it sounds like we were back in Noah's time, but we weren't. But it's not that long ago.
I'd worked a lot in the music industry and music TV. We had that background, so we thought, well, we've come to a point where this is what would be best for us. We got a few music series locally in Wales, and yeah, just started producing those from our home, but realised very quickly that we couldn't really do that, so we had a small office just around the corner from where we lived, which worked perfectly with our family life, and we could maintain some kinds of life-work balance.
With the skill sets and the know-how to make their own productions and a love of music, Emyr and Mair have found their footing in the industry. Though in 1997, the world of independent television was very different. Today, the company is producing a concert with celebrities including Luke Evans, Nicole Scherzinger, Ollie Moores, among others, who take the stage for pre-recorded Christmas programming. This small company now takes charge at events like these, a BBC Christmas special.
As everyone knows, this industry, you never know what's on the corner. Within 2 years, we were producing probably one of Wales's, at the time, definitely Wales's one of the biggest live outdoor rock events in Cardiff Bay. When we were under the stairs 2 years before that, we never, we didn't even think that we'd be doing that in 2 years. But, that's how quickly things moved. You just don't think, what's ahead.
We love music and we love telling stories. So those two things drive the ideas, and it's all about the ideas. So as, to begin with, my track record grew of delivery, winning awards, that sort of grows momentum with bringing other people alongside you. I just focus on making a brilliant show, and I find that everything else looks after itself.
This is so cool!
We always try to think outside the box, and therefore be able to offer the clients with something that made a little bit different than what they would get from other companies. I think that was one of the biggest challenges that we faced at the beginning, so that we could offer something different.
And their production spoke volumes, and in no time they had to face difficult choices many successful business owners eventually do. When Sky Studios, one of the continent's largest broadcasters, came knocking, Amir and Meyer had to make a choice.
You're conditioned from a young age to think that the whole thing is about selling your company. That's how we were brought up. And then Sky Studios took a great interest in us and in the end bought Afanti. And that was great at the time, and we really liked working with them. But they, of course, were bought by Comcast, NBC Universal. So it's the whale eats the shark eats the minnow. And suddenly we're 3 removed from somebody in America that owns us in Cardiff. And I'm thinking, this is not, we're a family business. Do people really care? Didn't work for us. And I woke up one day and I'd lost my mojo. I'd sort of sold the crown jewels, and my family were, sort of thinking, it was great at the moment. And then we managed to buy the company back. And probably the best thing we've ever did was to get our mojo back, our creativity back, our control back. And with that came Nomi and Oshan into the company.
Family was always at the heart of Afante's founding, and Davis's children, Naomi and Oshan, grew up around the company and today are now part of Afante's fabric.
Oh, sorry, no, I thought you meant Neil McCallum.
No.
I don't know McCallum.
So I've grown up around television, broadcasting all my life. There's many photos of me as a little child, kind of, outside broadcast trucks and doing late nights on my parents' lap.
Ever since I was 5 years old, there were 5 kids in our family, and there were 4 siblings, and the other one was the business. It just became a way of life for us, and none of us really necessarily wanted to go into the media or were particularly interested in it. But it just became us. It became who we are.
I actually went to university to do engineering, so I'm a master mechanical engineer. Worked in defence for 2 years, and then when COVID happened, I decided to return to Cardiff.
When they came home, we were together as a family once more, and we felt, right, we can, I think they saw me and Maya thinking, we need to do something about this, and they came on board. And that's where family matters. It came together, the cohesion was perfect, and I just have such joy watching them doing what they do. Fully, I come up with quite a lot of the ideas, and I think I lead from the front from that, but my daughter is a chip of the old block.
Now, Naomi heads program development, and Oshan serves as operations director. And with their young energy, the company now continues to do as it always has done, grow and adjust with the times.
I think there's 2 biggest changes that have happened over the years. It's obviously the introduction of social media. When we started off, we were faxing ideas. Top-line ideas to commissioners, actually posting them at the beginning through the post. You just can't compare where we're at now. It's fast-moving in comparison.
Consumer-wise, people want television on demand when they want it in whatever format. People want to consume it anytime, any place, anywhere. And our media has to be on all forms to be able to be delivered that way. That said, sit back television, as we call it, which is people in their sofas watching television, is here to stay longer than we thought.
Ladies and gentlemen, Leanne Rhymes!
Television is changing, and it's something that we have to adapt to, and we want to adapt to. It's actually a very, very exciting time to be creating content, and actually I have quite a big background in digital content, and that was always kind of pushed aside, when actually now that's where the money and the kind of the high viewing figures and the young viewers as well, which a lot of the channels can't get. But when we are talking about streamers and global content, everything that we develop now has to be able to travel. We have to think about how can we do it as a co-production with another channel. The budgets are getting smaller, so we have to think, can we get that commissioned in 2 broadcasters instead of 1? We have to have early conversations about international sales. And actually Netflix and Amazon and Apple are new kids on the block for UK broadcasters.
Before the pandemic, we weren't pitching to Netflix, Amazon. We were concentrating on our core market, which is BBC, Channel 4, ITV, and SOC. But now we've seen that with the pressures that they're having financially, that there is other pots of money that are available. So going to Netflix, they do have big budgets because they're subscription models.
I mean, I guess it's the rise of the internet. Really, fundamentally, is that why younger viewers aren't sitting down and watching linear television anymore. They want content, they want good content, they want snappy content, and they want it now.
It has been Amir, Naomi, and Afonte's creativity that has allowed them to keep up with the times and grow with the changing landscape. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, it was this fast thinking that kept Afanti's programs on the airwaves.
And then we realized that caravanning, because a caravan is something that you don't have to share facilities with everything else, sales grew by 40–50%. So we're thinking, hang on a minute, there's a trend here. So we developed The Perfect Pitch, which is a television show that takes caravanning across the UK. It's a format, we've got 20 of those for Channel 4. So out of necessity comes the unthinkable. Creativity thrives, you're looking for the solution, and you sort of find ways. That's the difference between an innovative company that can survive anywhere. For me, it was always about selling the company. I thought that would be the exit and it would carry on, but no, there's another 25 years of Afanti coming, but I couldn't take it on that journey. I'm not their generation.
And it's thanks to the advances in modern broadcasting and technology, this one Cardiff-based family entity is turning global while keeping their identity.
That's the best thing I've ever done. 25 years later, we're one of the most successful, if not the most successful companies in Wales.
But now we've got one, and it's ours.
You know, so a lot of people say, well, how can you work with your missus? Well, to be honest with you, I don't know how I can't work with her, because I trust her. And at the end of the day, that's the bottom line of why we do what we do.
There's been rocky times. We've taken a lot of risks. But yeah, setting up that computer under the stairs in our home, you know, was definitely the best thing we could have done.